Hello once again, YouTube. It's me, Armantrix again, and this is my video response to Falagar517's Week 2 contest drawing. Now, I'll admit, yeah, I was a little bummed about not winning, but the anticipation going up to the drawing was definitely worth it. I mean, even though I didn't win, I just want to congratulate the Joker 5150. I think that was his name. I think I think I was like 5 on the list that Falagar used, that random.org site. I think I was 5, so I wasn't last. I mean, I don't think Trey Passer was last. I think he was like second to last. But anywho, congratulations, dude. You got 15 more than what Falagar initially promised. So beyond that, now I just want to say Falagar, this one's definitely a doozy. This one you're definitely stepping it up a notch from week 1 because this one's going to be a doozy. I'm just going to tell everybody that has not watched Falagar's videos, that doesn't know about Falagar. He's asked 3 questions this time, 2 which are required to answer, and the third one's optional. Third one is pretty sick. He even explains that in his video, so I'm just going to forewarn you. So I like the first question. Second question, it's good, but I thought I had a dice in here. Do I have a dice? I don't think I have my board games in here. You know what? I tell you what I will do. I'll actually do this on camera here. I'm going to go to a website. Let's see, Dice Roller. Now, Falagar, even though I don't have the physical dice here, I hope this will work. I really hope it will. So, I mean, if you can't necessarily see what's going on here, I apologize. I'm not going to fake this, so I'm just going to have that site on standby there. We're going to get the camera screen back up here. So, first question, and I love the first question. He asked, "What was your first video game?" And I really had to think about this. Like, while I was watching the first part of the video, I was just trying to look through all like the years of my life and trying to think, because as you can see, I've got Minecraft posters here. I've got my Assassin's Creed stuff here. So, I mean, my channel's all about gaming. I'm Armantrix. I'm Armantrix Alpha. That's my lifestyle. Gaming's the lifestyle. So, I had to think about it. And after thinking back to when I could barely remember anything from, like, when your memory first starts kicking in life, and the first game that I could recall ever playing, and I know I was not alive when this game came out, but it was the first game I can ever remember playing, was Pitfall on the Atari. As you can clearly see, yeah, it even says Atari, like right down there. You can see it right there. It says Atari. It's the first game I can ever remember playing. Now, for those of you that don't know what Pitfall is, you can get a little image of it right there. It was on the Atari. It was back in the day, so you were like this adventurer running through the jungle, jumping over stuff, climbing down ladders, trying not to get eaten. And it was one of those early games I can ever remember playing that would make me rage. Even as a little kid, I'd be playing this game, and I'd run, try to catch the vine. The vine would just I would barely miss the vine. Had to start all over, because as far as I can remember, they did not have checkpoints. They might have, but I don't think they did. So even as a little kid, I can always remember having rage moments with Pitfall, because you'd get far in it, and then they throw new obstacles and stuff at you, and then you're just like, why I know I made it. You know what, forget this game. You shut off your Atari, you just go and you sit in the corner, and you're just mad. You're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna go try it again. And for me, whenever I couldn't beat a level, I would just always call in my mom, and then I'd be like, Mama, I just want you to watch me. I just want you to watch me play this game. And for some reason, I would magically beat the level. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just me, or was it, some kind of magic, but I would just beat the level every time, and I could not understand why. It was just really mysterious. So, Falagar, that was part 1 of my answer to the first question. Was Pitfall was the first game I can ever remember playing. Now, he asked, the part 2 of the first question is, what was your first RPG game? And, well, Falagar was a difficult one because I'll just scoot over here. I have both Oblivion and Skyrim here, as you can see. I've got those two here. Both are really, really good games, so if you have not gone out there to pick them up, I definitely recommend playing Oblivion first, then Skyrim, or if you want to go all the way back to the beginning of the Elder Scrolls series, go ahead. It's definitely worth checking out. But that was an even more difficult question. Was what was my first RPG game? And I really had to think about this. Um, it was a real doozy. But the first RPG game, I guess it counts, was Sims. One of the older Sims games, with the horrible graphics. But that was the first RPG game I can ever remember playing. That was more of a modern RPG game. But I think Falagar's looking for more medieval kind of fantasy kind of like RPG game. And that was Oblivion. Oblivion was the first big RPG game that I ever played, and the story of how I got it was there was a woman from our church. She had bought Oblivion, and it's the Game of the Year edition, and it also has like all the DLCs added on to it, Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine plus Oblivion. And I was at her house one day and I noticed it, and I asked her if I could borrow it. She just said, "I don't play it anymore. You can have it." So I was like, cool. I got home and it looked really difficult on the back because I was just looking at the back cover, but I started playing it, and right on as soon as you get in the game, you can design everything about your character, the eyebrows, the cheekbones, everything. And I was really taken aback because I'd never seen a game like this, a game where you can literally make your character look almost like you do in real life. And that's what really made me just become a fan of Elder Scrolls right there. Like, well, I'll also say Maluka. She's definitely made me become a really big fan. If you haven't checked Maluka out, go check Maluka. She's the best, one of the best singers I've ever heard. I mean, hands down. You've heard her sing in an Elder Scrolls commercial or video or something. You've heard her. You just probably didn't know it was her. And if you did, then you know just how good of a singer she is. But Oblivion was definitely the first one I can ever remember playing, and I played that game non-stop. I'd play it hours. I'd play through the night. I'd play so long that I'd start at the beginning of one day to the beginning of another, and then realize I've been up all night, then I have to go get sleep, and then I'd wake up like 4 hours later, continue playing till I was like my fingers were numb. It was just a really good game. So Oblivion and Sims were definitely the first two RPG games I ever played. Sims was more modern, where you have to get a job, you have cars and stuff like that. But Oblivion definitely blew RPG games out of the water for me because it took a RPG to a whole nother level, to a whole nother world. And that's what really made me become a fan of RPG games. And RPG games now are my favorite game to play. Like Minecraft, they have mod packs where you can play RPGs and stuff like that. Assassin's Creed is kind of RPG, but not necessarily. So I'm rambling on the first question. We're like 8.5 minutes in, but so I'm just going to like move on. And I keep saying part, but question 2. Falagar says get a 6-sided dice, and I typed this up, Falagar, while I was watching your video, so I got it right. So excuse me, get a 6-sided dice and do a short RPG game similar to Dungeons and Dragons is how he described it. And let's see, I have to scroll over here. Let me get my mouse working. Let's see, like Dungeons and Dragons, and it has to add up to 10. If it goes over 10, you die. And if you roll doubles, like a 2 and a 2, that just equals 1. And he says you're going up against a monster, and if you add up to 10 exactly, you live, you beat him. If you go over 10, you die. And I could not, since we moved down here, I don't know where my board games and stuff are at. I didn't want to use a coin, because then Falagar did not say use a coin. He said use a 6-sided dice. So I'm going to go to random.org, which is the same site that he used. And let's see, roll a 1-sided virtual dice. Let's see here. There we go. Roll dice. So, let's say we just we're going through a dungeon, we're walking and stuff, come up on a creature. We go to hit him. Waiting for the internet to load. It's definitely a yep. Definitely. There we go. We roll a 5. And it's definitely a 5. I wouldn't lie to you, Falagar, I promise. It's a 5, so we do 5 damage. Now, say he swings at us, we dodge. So we roll the dice again. It's a 2, so now we're up to 7. Alright, so we're going to attack him again. Oh, it's a 13. It's a 5 plus 2 plus 6 is 13, so I'm dead, Falagar. This is why I wasn't this is why I wasn't meant to be back in the medieval times. I definitely would have been killed really soon. So yeah, I'm one of those that are going to enter your contest and die. Yeah, this I probably would not have done good in Dungeons and Dragons. That's probably why I was better born in the 90s than I was back, when Dungeons and Dragons was big. So yeah, I'm dead. I mean, I could try it one more time, but Falagar did it twice, but that's because he was demonstrating. I'm not going to do it twice because I'm already dead. I can't come back to life. I'm just like screwed. So let's see, where's my notepad? Alright, so Falagar, I'm going to do question 3. I know people that will watch this are just probably going to judge me, but I'm going to go for it because I could definitely use an extra name in the hat to boost my chances. So, here's hoping. So, question 3. It's an either or question. And since I'm a guy, I'm only going to read the guy part. I'm not a girl, so I'm not going to read the girl part. So, he says, it's an either or question. So, the first part is, for men, you have an uncontrollable erection and you take a cutter and you have to sever each vein on your penis. Pretty gory, huh? Yep. Yep, this is Falagar we're talking, so it's going to be gory. So, you have that part. Or, you take a shard of glass and stick it down your urethra, and you have to shove it down. And he explained there was an ancient Chinese torture method that when you put it down there and you try to pee, it would cause internal bleeding when you try to pee it out, and you would bleed to death. So it's an either-or question, and it's definitely a doozy. There's a lot. It's more difficult than the first either-or question you asked in week 1, Falagar. I will admit that. Both are going to cause bleeding. Both are going to have a lot of pain. I'm going to have to go with the uncontrollable erection and taking a cutter and severing each vein. I mean, nothing's going to... I mean, I don't have to shove a piece of glass down there. That I just can't get over with. Because if you've ever cut yourself on a piece of glass, it hurts like crap. I'm not about to stick a piece of glass down there. I mean, that's just out of the question. Oh, Lord, I can just feel the pain right now. It's just, it's uncontrollable. So I'm going with the uncontrollable erection and taking a cutter and severing each vein. It's going to be a lot of blood. I mean, a lot of blood. Wow. Dang. I'm glad I don't really have to do this. I'm glad Falagar didn't say, you have to do this in order to enter the contest. I probably would have just dropped off the face of the earth at that point. Like, Falagar, no. Sorry, can't do that. So, yeah. That was my video entry to your Week 2 contest, Falagar. I really hope you enjoyed. If I left anything out, please let me know in the comment section below. And everybody else, let me know what you thought of my answers. The first question, a good one. Second question, it was a little outside of my style because I've never done Dungeons and Dragons, but it was definitely good, so I enjoyed doing it. It was short, I died, but there you go. It proved I wasn't meant to live in the medieval times. Question 3, sick, I know, but I had to make a choice because I could definitely use another name in the hat. So Falagar, I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you got a crack out of it, and let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time. I really hope you enjoyed.